Good morning. It is Monday, April 6th. Roxanne, you're out of town. You're on vacation. You're with your babies. And we're all on here. We're going to talk about resume searching. I want to make sure that it's going up and up and up. It's going to go up to $5.20 next year. Um, I mean, we have to really, really hone in on this. So I want to make sure that we're clear. I want to go through the whole process on how we need to get it done because everyone is critically important. And I would just say that we're looking for the creme de creme. The garbage comes in on the other side, where they answer ads and they're not qualified. These are people that we have to go after, and it's not about hitting the numbers. It's about getting the qualified people. It's about quality, not quantity. I want to make sure that's clear. It's not about hitting the numbers. Okay. I mean, if we're doing it and we only have 20 people and we're looking for 30, I'm not interested in hitting 30. I'm interested in hitting 30 only if we can find the qualified candidates. So let's go through here. I'm going to take a technician for North Strand. Okay, the first thing we do, it's critically important that we look at this. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to move this over so I can look at it. You're not seeing it. It's on my left screen. And I'm looking at the ad. The ad is the gospel. And sometimes the tracking report is not correct. Okay, so I'm looking for relocation. There it is. Relocation bonus available. That's what it says. So that's a relo. If the relo isn't on here, then it's not there. So if it's on the tracking report and it's not on here, it's not there. Very, 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 very important. Okay. Um, and I want to go back over here to the job. So I want to always be looking at that and make sure that we know exactly what they're looking for. That's critically important. So the first thing you do is you look at the ad, make sure we've got that. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to actually click on the matches. They changed this screen and it drives me crazy. If for whatever reason, I mean, it just, I couldn't find one. It wasn't in here the other day. Um, and I'll show you how to get around that. But we're looking for um, North Strand. There it is. All right, so we're going to click on that. So if that's not there, and I don't know what they've done there, I really don't. Then just pick out one and get rid of it. And well, here's what the first thing we're going to do. In every case, I'm not interested in looking at this one here. We're going to set up the search the way we want to. Now, next month, we're all going to have a meeting with Indeed. They're coming out with a new program where AI, we tell AI what we're looking for, and AI does it. I'm not a
We're
believer.
supposed to do it.
I'm not a believer, and I'll show you why I'm not a believer.
Oh,
Okay, first thing we want to do is get rid of the job. So let's X out on the job. I'm not interested in them looking for the job. I'm interested in them looking for what they're looking for. So we have to look at the how long. Sometimes I'm going to put this depending on where it is. I'm going to lessen the miles. That's the first thing we do. Lessen the miles. If indeed that's important. Okay, might be a little bit more on Lugoff, Little River. I really don't want more than 25. On Kelly, a lot of times with 25 miles is pulling down into Philadelphia. Not interested. It's too far away. Down in Lansdale and stuff. That's heavy traffic down there. So I depending on how many I have, I might lessen it to 15 miles. Okay, for Kelly, depending on what it's looking for. And now we're looking for all these words or the exact phrase or at least one of these words. Okay. And that's where we have to experiment a little bit. We can put automotive technician in there, but it's looking for all these words or the exact phrase automotive technician. Okay. Now I'm going to try something. I like technician. I'm going to pull up all the technicians and I want at least one of these words. And I might put auto in here. I might put automotive, um, mechanic, ASE, depending on what the ad says. So I'm looking at automotive. I'm going to put auto. I'm going to put automotive. Um, see if it's putting there. Here it is. Automotive. I'm going to put in here mechanic. Um, let's see. Anything else I want to put in here? Automotive, mechanic. Well, right now we'll put that in there. Nissan or ASE certification. Um, required. Um, so I might put ASE in here too. Okay. And I might put Nissan in here. The more you put in here, the more it's going to pull up. You with me? So we're looking at this, and I'm saying, okay, I want a technician, but I want to have at least one of these in there. And let's see how let's see what that does. I want to just look at I'm going to look at the whole thing um, before I start messing with this. Again, we're going to spend more time getting this ready. This is what AI is supposed to be doing for us. Okay, I am not a believer, and I'll tell you, well, I'm open to listening to what they have to say, but we're going to have to spend an incredible amount of time rather than looking for people, setting up what AI is looking for. Man, that might be a good thing. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna see. Um, resume. First of all, we look at the miles again. Resume last updated. So we got 4,200. We got plenty. Okay. Last month. Okay. And Roxanne, I mean, Joanne, that's going to take care of a lot of the resumes not up to date. Okay. Because they just supposedly got it up to date. Last active, I'm going to go 30 days here too. Last month. Exclude contacted, 90 days. Every case, it's 90 days. Okay. So now what am I up to? I'm down. I went from 4,200 to 468. That's still a lot. Okay. And in many cases, right here, I can look at the job titles. Okay. I can go to mechanic. God bless you, mechanic. Okay. I mean, I'm just going to see what this has to do because we're going for the low hanging fruit right now. Job titles, automotive technician. So we got 7 with mechanic. Um, we got 6 with auto technician. Um, it's not a lot, is it? And let's see what else do we have. So I'm looking at service technician, another one, and there's one that's just technician. I saw that one jump up there, so we're up to 16. Again, we're getting the low hanging fruit first, and just the word technician. So that's what are we up to now? 19, and that is a good way to at least get the ones down there that we can go after the ones that we were really looking for. I don't see any. I'm not sure about maintenance technician, maintenance manager, diesel mechanic. They're not diesel, so I don't have to worry about them. All right, we'll look through these right away. Not a big segment there, but it's we're going to be looking for ASE, high school. What does he have? 4 years. Bob's Mitsubishi. I don't really see anything else. He would not qualify. They want ASC or some kind of Nissan. Parish Automotive. He's been there a while. Again, um, I don't see any certifications at all. Um, Parish Automotive. I don't even know what that is. So again, these are not highly qualified people. Safe Light Collision Tech. Nah. Hadwin White Automotive. Again, he's not even. He supposedly updated his thing. He's not working. So it tells me East Coast A technician. Uh, he's got schooling. I see major skills. Um, Raleigh. Let's see. So automotive tech. Acura was there for 12 years. Acura. Well, the good news is he is just changed his resume and he's import, so that's good. Um, I'd go for this guy. I'd go for this guy in a skinny minute. He's got his degree. He's got a 2-year degree, which is good. Here's another one of East Coast Honda and Ford. He's got Volkswagen certifications. But I don't see. He's got high school diploma, GED. I don't think there's enough there for this one. And again, we're being very discriminating. We really are. I'm not interested. We're not interested in spending since the price is going up. Like I said, it started off at $3 and it's going to be going up to 5.20. They're trying to sell me another package. Right now, we spend almost $4,000 a month on contacts. It's a lot of money. Okay. And it's only going up. So remember, quality, 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 not quantity. Quality, not quantity. Conway Chrysler, he's been there a long time. Let's see if he has any certifications. I don't see many certifications down here. Sometimes we have to read inside of these to see. They'll put it here. Level 3 technician is good. He's pretty much domestic. See that? He's pretty much domestic. So he is Chrysler. I'm going to pass on him. Again, it's and technician with I don't even know what that is. That's nothing. And Walmart, not interested. This one, I don't know, not much here. Firestone. Now, if he was a Firestone and he was an ASE master, I'd consider him. Okay. I don't believe he is. There's nothing on there that says he is. He doesn't have any ASE certifications whatsoever. Ocean Ridge Plantation, no, self-employed. Coastal Kia of Wilmington. Doesn't look like he's sports cycles. So this really was not a very good search, but for training, we've got this. We're going to send out the message. We start at the top, and we've got to find. We're going to find Nissan. Okay. It's North Strand Nissan, NSN. NSN certified technician. All right. That's it. Make sure it's correct. Okay. We've got to put a sign-on bonus in there. Okay. Notice there's a sign-on bonus. And update if the tracking report is not correct, correct it, please. Offering offering a $2,000 sign-on bonus. That's big. I mean, there we go. Make sure that's in there. Make sure it looks good. All right, where everything's good there. So we got to go down to I want to go right to the attached job, first of all. And we want to make sure there it is. Sign-on bonus, it's open. That's good. That's good. All right. I'm going to drive you crazy because we're going to do that. Then we're going to come back. We got to find the project name. Again, we're going to go down to NSN. NSN certified technician. There we go. Select. All right. Now we're going to go top. And I'm going to just say this. I'm going to say very carefully. I don't know about you all, but I'm sure you have made a mistake from time to time. And there's nothing worse for me than when I'm moving too fast and I'm saying slow down. Okay, make sure before you push this button that we go back NSN certified, NSN certified. The last thing you do the second time is check and make sure this is open. Every time, I don't care if you continue to do this, the last thing you do is you check and make sure that we're sending it to the right job. Okay? Everybody got that? Critically important.
Yes.
No excuses. It's a colossal waste of money. And let me tell you what happens. When you send it to the wrong job, we've just blown the best people we have out there. Okay? Because generally the first one is going to be the better people. And now we're just, we've not only lost that money, but we lost the right to send them the correct job. And that's a disaster. Okay? So we got the right job. I don't care. You just keep checking it, and now we're ready to send it. Any questions about that?
No.
Now we're going to go back and we're going to say, okay, let's change this search. Okay. Now, what is this? You just messaged someone about a specific job. Attach that job to your search to get more relevant. Okay, I'm going to attach the job. Just say yes. It sounds good to me if we can attach the job. All right, so we're going to go back here and we're going to reset. Um, Now we're back up to 103. Last 90 days. We're going to look at all of these here and see what we got. So we have 103. But I'm not going to, I would just continue on here, continue to
Hmm.
make changes again in the advanced. We're going to continue to make changes. Um, I don't want this. I can even start all over again. Get rid of the job, okay, and then let's go down here and talk about what it is. We're gonna find these candidates, and it's going to give us what 103, 467. All right, so we can go through these. It's supposed to pick out, okay, the right ones. So I would continue on with this. And again, when I do this, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to send them a message. Slow down. Make sure you click on the right buttons. Okay, it should default to the same thing. But again, before we send it, we're going to make sure that we have the open job. Okay, I don't know. Once in a while, it goes defaults to something else. I don't understand it. But the last thing we do before we send it is we check it, make sure we're sending it to the right job. Okay, that makes sense, everybody?
Mhm.
Yes.
And any questions, Joanne, Jean? Any questions about how this works and what we're looking to do?
No.
All right.
No, I have a question though, but it'll probably have to wait just for like when are they gonna kick off their AI resume researching? Is that something soon or is that next year or
No, it's in May. It'll be in May. We have
oh
we have
my.
we have a
Okay.
meeting with them. We have a meeting with them.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure. Some things will change. We don't have to. I don't believe we have to use it. Hoping we don't have
Okay.
to use it
Okay.
because there's just they're going to go in. We're going to tell it how many to use, and then they're going to use them. Now, are they going to be as good as we are? They're all
We're not
excited.
sure.
They think this is great, right? And I'm telling you, um, AI does not have all the they're going to disagree with me. Let's just tell it what to do. Tell it what you're looking for. Tell it what to go. So we're gonna have to really go down and because I'm not interested. Um, yeah, I don't know that it can do all that we're asking it to do. They think it can. They're being sold a bill of goods, and that's okay. You know, they have to be selling at all times. It's another reason to raise it from $4 to $500.20.
But you can lock it in now.
Yeah, you can lock it in now I mean, for $4, they can lock it in.
You have to guesstimate how many
More
you'd
more
need
than
for
eight
the
hundred
year.
dollars more a month.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think so. We'll take our chances. I mean, it's just it's they don't.
They're good for, don't forget, she said they're good for a year.
We'll talk to. I'll talk more about it. Yeah, but that's fine. Um, we're using 1,000 a month anyway. But again, I'm looking to use less because we're going to get better here. We've got to get better. We got to really go after the people. I'm not interested in people that got all kind of jobs. We got to have job stability. That's something we didn't talk about. We want to make sure they're working now. I'm not interested. We're not interested in taking a flyer. Okay, we have enough of those people coming in off of the ad. So these we're going after the top shelf. We're going after the best of the best. Okay. And like I said, it's critically important that we set this up exactly that way. Last month, last month, last 90 days. Okay. And then when you have a whole lot, so in this case right here, we got 467. I will work and I'm going to go work through this. Okay. And look for ASC certified, Nissan certified. They need technicians, but they need be careful. Be careful. We don't go after the Grand Strand or North Strand. I think they bought another one here too recently. I have to update that list. Um, that they're not going to. We don't go after their people. All right. Any questions? Any other questions?
Mm.
Okay, I'm going to stop this, and then we'll address this in 2 Mondays. But I'm going to get this over to everybody so that you can review it if you'd like. Um, so let's see. Bear with me.